Okay, been a while. It's about 6:30 p.m. May the 29th, and we have 2 and 6. We've got 8 days. On the 9th day, we're out of Dodge, headed for the big city, and is big city, Siegel North. And I'm gonna keep this short tonight, by the way. And so I'm gonna watch a motion picture with my darling here in a little bit. We do that on my off nights. Dallas has usually got a DVD, and we go in there, sit down and watch it together. Anyway, it has rained. It has finally had some appreciable rain. I would guess that in the last week and a half, we've had probably 4 or 5 inches of rain. Grass growing. I mowed today, and it's beautiful. Now, I want to show you the real reason I came on here. Saw a thing on the news tonight about tanning beds. It was on ABC Network, Nationwide News. And what a threat to everybody's health, You get cancer from the things. Well, let me show you something. And I'm a Yankee. I didn't live down here. But I've been told in my lifetime that I got some person of color in me because, you see that arm there? See that? You can probably see how white that fingernail is against it. Yeah, look at that. Now watch this. Now, who needs a tanning bed? I don't burn. Never have. I've never had a sunburn in my life. Just, bulging biceps. Just anyway. Last few days, I've done that. That looks like a Polish sausage. So, who needs a tanning bed? Anyway, I'm told that I'm just as apt to get a melanoma as people that lay around in tanning beds. I mean, people pay thousands of dollars a year. You go laying this wafer thing, and it roasting you top and bottom and whatnot. And doesn't matter. I don't tolerate heat well. If it gets up 85 degrees and I'm out in it for a length of time, 15, 20 minutes, I got to get out of heat stroke time. And when you get to 100 and 105, stuff like that, it really takes me down. And as I have gotten into my golden years here, or my declining years, it's gotten worse. It's the primary reason we go to Siegel North. Of course, we love it up there. Yeah, but I understand the skeeters are bad. I was talking to, I wasn't talking to, but Tiana got a note from Babette Martin, who's up there, and she says skeeters are bad. So I guess we'll take a lot of deep woods off with us. But I grew up in that environment, and I never had a sunburn. Then I came to Texas, never had a sunburn. Just did this. Just turned brown. I remember I worked with a fellow, his name was Claude Craig. And Claude was a guy of color. And I was a biker from about 1966 through 95. In that period of time, essentially, if I had someplace to go and it wasn't too inclement, I went on my motorcycle. Well, during the summer months, I'd get on my bike, go out across the desert to California or something. I mean, I would come back and I'd lay that arm up there against Claude. Excuse me, but I'd be darker than him. And of course, he had a name for me. He called me his N-word. But anyway, I just wanted to show everybody the difference. No tanning bed. See, white Look at that hand underneath. About half chimpanzee, I guess. Okay. I've been bragging on my tanning capabilities. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Sunday, we had some friends over. Josh Sule and his wife and daughters. And Tiana fixed what in most things would be called corn dogs. Except they weren't corn dogs. They were bratwurst dogs. And she made a special breading that went on them that had a little essence of jalapeno. These mothers were to die for. Now I could only eat a half of one because, of course, my dialysis thing, there's certain things I'm not supposed to eat, can't eat, have to drug up before I eat. But I essentially ate one. I had two. She fixed two halves for me, and I just savored them. I was put them up my mouth and sucking on them things. I mean, they were just unbelievable, and they weren't corn dogs. They were what you would call bratwurst dogs. Man, you need to try it. Folks out there that watch this, the ladies, you need to get her to give you the recipe, because boy, I'm telling you, oh my goodness. And it was, she made a lot of them. I just had my two little halvesies, which turned out to be one whole one. And but she made a whole platter of them, and needless to say, they were gone. That's what I wrote here, to die for. Create your own batter, yeah. Going to the VA Tuesday to pick up X-ray. Already did that. Oh yeah. Put new bezels on the Town and Country headlight bezels. Old ones look like the bottom of a Coke bottle. I think I told about that before. How many folks today have seen a milk bottle? Yeah, think about that. I mean, in my age and generation, we were young. A guy used to come in a truck and get out with a wire cage thing with 6 milk bottles in it. Sit down, had a little cork stopper in the top on cold days that freeze, pop the stopper out, and column of milk coming out. But actually, how many people have seen a milk bottle? We got plastic half-gallon, or gallon plastic, cardboard. But when's the last time you saw a milk bottle? I've got one around here someplace. It's from the Iroquois Dairy in Salamanca, New York. I don't know what I did with it, but it's around somewhere. Quite good question. When's the last time you saw a milk bottle? Been a long time. Oh yeah, we had a Ferguson tractor. A 51 Ferguson. Now, Fergusons were built in England. Not Massey Ferguson or Ford Ferguson, but Ferguson. They were made in England. We had one, 51. My brother-in-law, JT, came by, loaded it up, took it away, and he's just tickled pink with the thing. I mean, boy, it starts and runs. Got little tire problems, but he's already gone out and bought new tires, so he'd be good. So anyway, he gave it to him for nothing. Can't beat the price. I did all right. He gave me a really crackerjack CB radio. For those of you that are familiar with CB, he gave me a 2510. Now, the last time they made a 2510 was sometime in the 80s. Let's see, 90,000. That's 30 years ago. But boy, it's a good radio. Anyway, bad vibes for the VA, and I have to say that my experience of the VA has been top notch until today, and I really can't complain. It's just that I went down and spent 2 hours sitting on a stump waiting for them to get a signature from a doctor. And they told me that the doctor couldn't give the signature till tomorrow, which of course is dialysis day. This is just It's just a computer type in, goes down to the pharmacy. But I guess she's going to do what she's going to do. I suspect I will get what I need when I needed an item. Can't read my own writing here. Yeah, got them promptly and with no waiting. That's not totally true today, but this is one experience out of about 50 years. Let's see, 60, 70, 80, 90, 10. Yeah, 40 years, 45 years. So, pretty good. I think it's like they went after the Catholic Church. It's news, and now they're on the VA. I don't think the VA's that bad. Oh yeah. On the news down here, I think there's about, I don't want to exaggerate, but I think there's 33 municipalities that by August will be out of water. Remember my other one, turn the tap and it goes, they're getting there. Some of them right now are trying to drill wells deeper, and they're going down and hitting nothing. You got the water table sucked down to nothing. Now I will say that I think San Angelo, their reservoir, their lake was dry, and these rains that came through in the last week, now they got 12 feet of water in it. Of course, nothing. And usually I think it has 50, 60 feet of water, but that's a great improvement. But they're still having a drought. I mean, it would not last through the summer. But I think there's 33 municipalities out there in what we call West Texas that, if things don't change, will be out of water. And they'll either have to figure out a way to get a well far enough down to get to wherever the water table's at, or they'll have to truck in water. I can see these great caravans of tankers going west with water. Stupid. As you've seen in my other ones, we need desalination. I looked it up the other day, and the world is 75%, that I think it's 74 or 75% covered with water to an ambient depth of 12,400 feet. Let's see, 5,280. That's 2.5 miles. And that's the average depth. That's a lot of water. We should never be out. We have the technology to do it. Let's see. Oh, they're ripping and roaring about that. They've got all these new vets that are coming out of all these wars, Iran and Iraq and whatnot. And they're blaming Obama, for not doing it. These wars were gone into, of course, the Afghanistani thing. I can't fault them too much, because let's face it, that's where the tribe that went in and built their system to knock down those towers. That's where they came from. Now they happen to be Saudis, but they did their training and all the formulation there in Afghanistan. So I think we were within our rights, and we did what was just. I went over there and kicked their butt. But Iraq was a total bust. I mean, George just decided that, by God, we were going to have us another war. He didn't. George was not one of your brighter presidents. And when it came to economics, financial stuff, whatnot, he, all he knew was Reaganomics. And I'm sure once they got him in office, they said, "Okay, well, we got him in. Now what are we going to do?" "I know. We'll wrap him in the flag and we'll have a war." And that's what they did. So we had, I don't know how many casualties in the Iraqi war. But that was George's war. We shouldn't have been there. And I think Obama he was voted in 2008, and we were out of Iraq by 11, which is as it should be. And I've got here that George is at least 70% responsible for the VA because of the needless war, tax cuts for the rich, which cut the funding for the VA. I mean, you remember George came in and he had those big tax cuts, which diverted probably, you know, a large percent out of the gross national product to the top 5%. And all that funding that used to go in railroads and police departments and highways and the VA and all the other things that were government funded in the tank. And we're suffering for it now. And I can remember when George's dad, see, that's Reaganomics, and when George's dad was running against Ronald Reagan way back in the 80s, and Reagan was postulating how he was going to cut taxes and, you know, and do this. He called it voodoo economics. Well, it was voodoo economics then, and it's voodoo economics now. And Obama has been cursed with the results of all their crap. Well, I still want him to get out. I want Hillary to come in, or somebody, Joe Biden, anybody. I think that Obama has made some draconian mistakes. I think that I'm not against him pulling our troops out of Iraq and Afghanistan and maybe even out of Europe. But I don't think he should do the really big cuts that are proposed in the military budget. I mean, we have to be the preeminent power in the world, or the world will come down on us. Anywho, what did I say? 6 days, the 9th, 9 days. We'll be leaving out for Siegel North. I gotta buy a tire. I gotta go out and spend another day at the VA, hoping that they give me what I need. Gotta pull oil change on the Kia, buy one front tire. You know, I'd like to get a make ready on it, but I don't think I'm gonna, you know, clean up, you know, one of those really detailed jobs. But I don't think I'm gonna have time to do it. Anywho, we're getting ready. Somebody spray for skeeters. I am allergic to them little beggars. I don't like them. I'm not any more allergic than anybody else, but I don't like skeeters. Okay, guys. There it is. That's Texas sausage, and there's pale ale there. You guys have a fun one. I'm not even going to do my readout tonight. Well, what'd I do with it? Where'd I put it? I have in my... Yeah, hey. J.T. Anderson, hope you like the tractor. John Zimbardi, see you shortly. Brian, hate to leave you here for the summer, but I tell you what, keep an eye on my man toy up there in the air. Looks like something's wrong. Try to fix it. Crystal, thank you for the needles. I think you said I'm going to get the needles. My sons Kyle and Carl, love you both. Hope you got your mailbox, Kyle. I know that can be a pure pain in the derriere, but they're going to insist on you having some kind of an ID to prove that you're actually living where you're living. Carl, I got a kick out of your backyard thing. Tracy, I watched your barbecue thing. Neat. Richard Heitzenrader, I saw your thing on your dissertation that you sent me on classmates, and I'll try to reciprocate. Well, Ike, don't quit Snyder's. I don't know if you have already, but I know you're thinking about it. I don't know, it's just getting to be old hat or what, but don't do it. Richard Stena, called you the other day, didn't get an answer. I'll try you again here probably Saturday. Daryl Mackey, haven't talked to David. Got to do that Saturday too. Tyler, have a fine one. Carl and Bradford, be up there. I know we got the same day's dialysis, so for me to say that I'll come over and see you, I don't know that that'll happen, but I might try it. Jim Kersey, don't forget steak. Ray Marshall, hope all's going well with you. That's it, guys. Fun's over. Kind of short this time, but I'm going nuts with 15, 20 minutes or 40 minutes. So you have a fine one. Save me a seat up there in Siegel North.